Hey guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 21. Hey guys, it feels like it's been so long since I've actually vlogged because I've been just so crazy trying to get other things done and actually getting up my stocking stuffer gift guides, which I posted yesterday. And I did actually vlog a couple days, like 3 days in between there, but because it was from like Vlogmas Day 17 or 16 or something like that, I was like, I don't know if I should still post that footage. So I started doing my like gift wrapping and that, so maybe I will insert some of that footage in here, but it would kind of be, I feel like, a little bit jarring to start the vlog off with like, hey guys, it's Vlogmas Day 16. I feel like everyone would be like, why are you posting this? So it's actually 3:34. It's really late. I'm starting the vlog super late because I have been napping all day. I had one of those days where I was like, it's caught up to me now. My lack of sleep, my overstressed everything has just caught up to me now. So I was like laying down on the sofa and I was like, I'm just so tired. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna film a tutorial today. I wanted to get a makeup tutorial up a long time ago. I don't know what it is about this year, but this year just feels like it was so much, like, I don't know. It's so weird because I did Vlogmas. The first year I did Vlogmas, I did Vlogmas every day. And I think back to it now, I'm like, how did I do that? Because it's chaos every year. Having my family come down here, getting everything done, getting gifts for everyone is chaos every year. I still just don't know how I actually got everything done in the time that I had to do it. I respect myself so much for that year. I would love to do it again. If I did do it again, I would definitely need more help, or I'd need to be more prepared. But back to my story. I had a day where I was like, I literally just cannot move from the sofa. I laid down and Sebastian's like, do you want to take a 20-minute nap? It was like 1 o'clock. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a 20-minute nap. So then half an hour later, he comes down. He's like, it's been 20 minutes. You can wake up now? And I was like, I can't. I just can't do it. I need to go back to sleep. So it's now 3:30. I ended up getting up at like about 3. Yeah. 2 hours. That's kind of a long time for me. Normally Sebastian loves to make fun of this, but I'm a napper who, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go lay down for 20 minutes. And then on the dot, like this, 20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, I'm up. Without an alarm. On the minute. I'll be like, Sebastian, how long did I sleep for? And he'll be like, literally exactly 20 minutes. I don't know what it is, but I have this like mental alarm clock that will wake me up after a certain amount of time, and I know what time it is. I don't know why. Today is gonna be more of a chill day because I have been go for the past few days trying to get gifts for everyone. We have more people coming for Christmas this year than we normally do. And by more, I just mean the fact that my sister's gonna be here this year, her boyfriend's gonna be here this year, and my uncle is coming to Christmas. Last year it was just my mom. But yeah, it just makes it a little bit more stressful. I have like extra cleaning to do. Last year I just had to do like one of my spare bedrooms. I've probably mentioned this before. We live in a 3-bedroom townhouse. 2 of the bedrooms are set up as spare bedrooms, but because we don't have a garage, all of our storage, all of our Christmas stuff, my filming equipment, all ends up in one room. So that one room usually is a complete disaster. Turning that into an actual spare bedroom is always quite a bit of a challenge. So it's okay when one person comes, but then when we have more than one person coming, it's difficult. We have to make some magic happen to get that situation sorted. But today I'm going to finish up what I can of my wrapping. I have most of my gifts done. It's funny, I feel like wrapping is usually the time, especially doing Vlogmas, where I get a chance to actually catch up on Christmas movies because I'll just sit right in front of the TV and have my movies on, watch my movies, and wrap gifts. And that's probably the only time that I actually really get to sit down and enjoy them. Other than that, I'm usually editing, having them on in the background, and don't really get to focus on them. You guys are probably wondering, we washed the sofa covers, so that's why the sofa looks like this. It's like just the insert right now. They probably should be dry now, I think, right? Yeah. We have to put them back on. I got a couple Christmas cards in the mail. I'm so happy about them. I feel like no one sends Christmas cards anymore, and every year, I think I mentioned this before, but every year I say I'm gonna send Christmas cards, and then I never do. It makes me really sad because that was something as a kid that we did every year. We would go get our family photos taken, and then my mom would send out Christmas cards. My older sister sent me a picture of my niece. This is her, this is Taylor. She's so freaking cute. I literally am so jealous it's my sister's daughter, not mine, because I love her so much. And these are her other babies. This is Harrison, this is Liam, this is Taylor. Those two here are Sebastian's nephews. I love the look of stainless steel fridges, but I absolutely detest the fact that you can't use magnets on the front. It's so frustrating because I literally have all my pictures of our like family on the side here. I should show you guys. We put up copper twinkly lights. These are really cool. They have this little remote so you can actually change the modes and they do different things. So that's 1. This is 3. This one's cool because it kind of changes the brightness of the lights. This reminds me of when you go by someone's house and they have their music synced to their lights where it looks super crazy. And then this is more like a blinking effect. I think this thing is so cool. I love it. This is complete chaos. Can you believe this? This is what happens when I start wrapping. I know there's nothing I can do about it until I'm done wrapping. Please tell me you guys don't have like a perfectly clean space when you're doing wrapping and that I'm not the only one. So I need to start wrapping. I'll show you guys my little system. I have a system where I wrap all my gifts first, kind of like my own little production line. And I write down numbers on each gift and then they coordinate with what's in my notebook and I write down what is in each thing so I know when to give that to a person. And I try to make sure I don't use the same kind of wrapping paper on similar sized gifts so that I know what's in everything. So then I go through and add ribbon to everything and tags. So I do the initial wrapping and then go through and do the finishing things, adding bows, ribbon, tags, that kind of thing. Some of them I'll leave kind of bare. I'm not sure if I showed you guys what we did to the fireplace, but we added some twinkly lights. I literally can't keep up with what I've actually put in the vlogs now because I've scrapped a couple just because of not having enough time to edit them or having too much footage and that kind of thing. So we have one set of twinkly lights that's running through there and then one set of non-blinking lights that's just around the mirror, and I think it looks really cute. So it's a little later now. It's 6 o'clock. Sebastian and I are heating up some macaroni and cheese. This is from Trader Joe's. We have this whenever we're feeling like we don't have a lot of time or we're feeling really exhausted. But I've just been spending the last couple hours looking for some extra gifts from my mom. I look super shiny. I think it's just because I've been using my retinoids again. Whenever I do that, my skin starts to get really tight and dried out almost. So I'm adding some pink peppercorns. This was really good in the recipe we used from Giada. A little bit of salt, garlic powder. I don't know why, every time I have this, I feel like Kevin McAllister eating his macaroni and cheese in the first Home Alone movie. I figured I would show you guys how we decorated the house. We have some real garland around the window here. We have some around the door. This is our little Christmas tree. Fix this. There we go. It's better. This is our little Christmas tree. I think it looks really cute. We have some of these little twinkly lights on here too, which are really pretty. We have this tree at the front of the house. We used to have some stuff in the bush here. I think Sebastian might have forgotten to put that out. Maybe we'll find it after. So this is what the house looks like. Just basically simple white, which is like my favorite. We have some icicle lights and then some LED lights on top. And then my big huge wreath that's on the door. I got that at Costco and it's literally so big you can barely open the door. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's our house. I'm gonna start wrapping some gifts, but before I do that, I'm gonna make myself some vegetable fried rice. I haven't tried this one yet. I'm going to add some green onion and also some eggs. Even when fried rice has eggs in there, I always like to add extra. Another thing I like to add is sesame oil. This is toasted sesame oil. I like that it adds more flavor, and some soy sauce. Because I don't have sesame seeds here, I just have sesame seeds in my everything but the bagel seasoning. I always add this too. I'm going to start doing my wrapping for the night, and I will do a little montage of it. But before I do that, I'm going to insert some footage from the other night when I was wrapping my gifts, because I went over how I like to wrap my gifts and also kind of package up my clothing items. I'm going to insert that footage in now. Oh, also, it probably seems so weird. I've explained this in previous vlogs, but the whole TV situation right now probably looks super strange. We have our TV resting on some ornament boxes because we have to switch our entire living room around when we get our Christmas tree. Our sofa normally goes over there, in case you guys are new here. We normally have our TV on the fireplace, but because the fireplace gets decorated and we can't see the top of the fireplace from where the sofa is now, we always move our TV over in front of those doors there. And because we don't have an actual TV stand for just a couple weeks out of the year, we just rest it on these ornament boxes, but we usually cover that over with like a blanket or something. So that's why that looks really strange. But I'm gonna set myself up in front of the TV with my wrapping paper. I figured I would show you guys my little wrapping paper setup and how I like to organize my wrapping papers. If you guys are extreme like me and just hoard all kinds of Christmas wrap and ribbons and things like that, I'm going to show you guys how I store them and organize them. And the way that we store these is actually really convenient because we still are able to keep them out of sight and out of mind during the year. So what we do is we store our wrapping paper in these long totes that are on wheels, and they just roll right underneath your bed, which is really nice. They're not that deep, but they're the perfect length for storing wrapping paper so that you don't have to like junk out a closet or something like that with them. I have 2 totes of wrapping paper. I've collected a lot of wrapping paper over the years, and whenever I see a good price on wrapping paper, no matter what time of year it is, I will usually buy it. Although I do need to go through this one and get rid of old wrap because there's certain obviously colors in here from previous themes that I don't have enough of to even keep it anymore, and or I don't have other wrapping paper that even matches it anymore, so it doesn't make sense to hold on to it. So that's how we store our wrapping papers. This one's obviously my favorite because if you can tell, almost everything has a little bit of gold on it. This is how I store my ribbons. These are ribbons with the wire in them. That's why they're all on these rolls. And I like to have them in here because it's super organized like this. But most of the time I don't actually even have to go through and use the ribbon on the rolls, because every year I will make everyone save the ribbon that I add to gifts, and I'll just roll it up, put it in these Ziplocs or in this box, and then just go through here and see what ribbon I want to use for gifts. So I try not to be wasteful with this nicer ribbon and just reuse it every year. In this box, I have metallic kind of string ribbon. I don't even know what you call this, but you know, the ribbon that you add curls with, because I do still like to add curls to some of my boxes or some of my gifts. Underneath all of this, I have my tissue paper, which is why this tissue paper is on top. And then I have a random Victoria's Secret box in here, which I'll probably use. More tissue paper. When I see cute tissue paper, no matter what time of year it is, I'll usually pick it up because I know I'll use it around the holidays. This is kind of my miscellaneous box in a sense, because I have tissue paper, I have these ribbons, and then I have gift tags in here. Gift tags are another thing that I like to reuse every year. A lot of these have names on them, and I just reuse them because they're obviously really cute. They're gold, so they go with most of my themes in most years, because I always have gold wrapping paper. And I find it's difficult to find cute tags, so it's nice to just reuse them, especially if you're giving gifts to the same people. So I always make people keep the tags and keep the ribbon. I know it seems kind of cheap, but honestly, it's just because when I like something, I don't want to let it go to waste. I want to reuse it. Some more tissue paper. I usually wrap the gift first in white tissue paper, and then I'll use a sheet of nicer tissue paper over top. I don't reuse the tissue paper. In here I have my gel pens. This is what I write on the tags depending on the color of the wrapping paper I used. And then I have some gold and white twine, some cute washi tape, and sometimes I'll use this as like an accent, not a ribbon, but I'll put it on gifts to look kind of like a ribbon, and it looks really pretty, especially when you use these really sparkly gold colors. And then in here I have all different kinds of mismatched gift tags from over the years. And then last but not least, this is my bag of bows. I'm kind of neurotic about how I organize my bows. What I do is I will buy my bags of bows, and there will always be other colors in there, blues or reds or whatever. I like to organize my bows based on color. So in the past I would have like all golds, all whites, all silvers. Now I just kind of keep the more neutral tones together. And then this is a mess because we use these for filming, but I'll usually organize the colorful bows together. So all the red goes together, blue goes together. That is how I organize my wrapping paper. Side note, this is such a beautiful bow. I got this from Target. I already thought this bow was huge and beautiful, but we got another one. And this one is so much bigger. I already thought this bow over here was like excessive, because like it's still pretty big for size comparisons. Look at the size comparison between these bows.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Okay, so I've showed you guys this in a video a couple years ago, but in case you guys are new here, I'm going to show you guys how I wrap clothes. And it's basically just a technique that I've copied from clothing stores. So I take 2 pieces of white tissue paper for clothes, and depending on the length of whatever it is I'm wrapping, I will take my tissue paper, I'll take it right in the middle of the paper, I'll put my fingers here, and then I'll create a little crease like this, and then check the lengths and just kind of create this fold in the middle of the tissue. And I find this looks a lot more like clean rather than just stuffing tissue paper into a box. This is obviously extra, you don't need to do something like this, but I just like the way it looks. When you get clothes in clothing stores, they'll always have this little fold in the middle. So then I lay my outfit or whatever it is I'm wrapping upside down. Take a little piece of tape, and then I take a nicer piece of tissue paper like this. I will lay my nice tissue paper down and do basically the same thing. And then you have your whatever it is you're wanting to wrap nicely packaged in tissue paper. It looks more like you got it done from the store. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys also how I wrap my gifts. I like to wrap in a way where you don't have excess paper on the sides, where it kind of bulks out the sides. I like that really sharp edge look to my gifts. So what I do is I take my box and then I take my paper and I make sure that my paper can reach one side fully. So this can cover this side completely. And if it can cover one side completely like this, then you're good for both sides. I will cut along the back side of the paper. So wherever that line is, I don't cut excess, because you only actually need enough to cover one complete side, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I'll make a little mark here, and then I will cut along it. I love these wrapping papers that have the little grids on the back of them. And the reason you don't need to have enough to cover both sides and just one side like this is because if you move the box in the middle of the paper, you have enough to cover halfway up the box, and then the top half will meet and completely cover the sides. You end up using and wasting less paper this way, and you get a much nicer and cleaner look to your wrapping. I know at this stage a lot of people like to fold this down, fold these in, and then fold this side up, or vice versa. I like to take my sides, fold them in, and I fold the back side down first. And I like to do it like this because then you have these nice corners. So that is how I like to wrap my gifts.
We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise and
So it's the next day now. I've actually already edited the whole vlog up until this point. I figured I would show you guys how I like to add ribbon. So for ribbon, you guys already saw my stash. This is what I like to wrap my gifts with. And because of the metal that's inside of it, it makes it super easy to make bows or to make curls.
In a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends.
So that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully get this vlog up early tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great time with your friends and family over the holidays, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.
Merry Christmas.